Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Recently, the 14th Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II, said that the idea of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria doubling as petroleum minister was not good enough, as it hindered constructive criticism of the oil industry. When I first got this information, I saw it in the media, I wanted to be sure. So I went to look for it on YouTube so that I could be sure what I'm hearing. And I went to YouTube and I was able to confirm that the 14th Emir of Kano did indeed say this. In other words, the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, who is the 14th Emir of Kano, is afraid of criticizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because if he criticizes President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is tantamount to it means that if he criticizes him, the criticism will be considered unconstructive, because he said that he is saying that he hinders constructive criticism. The last time I checked, the president of Nigeria is not above being criticized. That he is the petroleum minister is not enough reason why he should not be criticized if you are talking about the oil sector. Now, the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, who spoke at the 2023 Bank Directors Summit in Abuja, also called for the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited to account for the dollars inflows for its operations. He said that it was bad for the industry that formed the mainstay of the country's economy to create a situation where nobody can talk. They say, if you talk, you are attacking the president. If you talk, you are attacking the president, because the president is the Minister of Petroleum. He said throughout the 8 years of President Muhammad Buhari, that nobody could talk also. That if you talk at that time, you will be accused of criticizing the government of Buhari, that you are criticizing the president. And he now said that he preferred the time of Jonathan, when there was a Minister of Petroleum, Diezani Allison Madueke. He's saying that at that time he can afford to criticize Diezani Allison Madueke without appearing to be criticizing the president. But that, to me, is a defeatist assertion, because the president is not beyond reproach. The president is not beyond making mistakes. The president is not perfect and can never be perfect. So his being the Minister of Petroleum should not stop Sanusi or anyone from criticizing his actions or inactions in that position. In fact, if the National Assembly is really serious, they should be inviting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come to the Senate and defend the budget of that ministry, because he is the minister. He ought to be there. If you don't want the heat, then you leave the kitchen. He was the one that elected to be the minister of the petroleum industry, of the petroleum sector, Minister of Petroleum Resources. he ought to be invited to the National Assembly to defend the budget. It's not something they should be sending the Minister of State, something that the National Assembly could not tolerate from the other ministries, because other ministries, the ministers of states and lower people in the hierarchy are not allowed to come and be the speaker the defense of their budget. They come there and they defend their budget. Other parastatals within those ministries, they can come, but the president, since he elected to be the minister, ought to be there to defend the budget, so that Nigerians will really know that he has a grasp of the ministry he is pretending over. It's not just for somebody to be the minister of petroleum just so that you'll be able to be, you know, running things behind the scene. If there is scarcity of petroleum, nobody will see you there to explain why this is happening. You put ahead the minister of state. I agree with Sanusi on the part that if the president have so much on his plate that you don't need to be the minister of petroleum. But if you choose to be that, you have to be defending the budget. You have to be accounting for whatever is happening in that ministry. And also you should be criticized. Sanusi cannot say that he is looking for a soft target, because what he means that he was saying that he is looking for a soft target to criticize. Because if he criticizes Tinubu, they will accuse him that he is criticizing the president. Why can't the president be criticized? Is the president a monarch? Does he have absolute power that he cannot be criticized? Perhaps what he was talking about is a situation, what happened under Jonathan, where they were kicking Diezani up and down, making all kinds of allegations against the woman. So he is looking for Tinubu to appoint a soft target for him to criticize. A soft target that he can make wide allegations against. Who will forget the time that the Sanusi, as the governor of the central bank, claimed that $20 billion oil money was missing under Diezani, accusing the NNPC then of failing to pay 20 billion naira, $20 billion oil revenue to the government between January 2012 and July 2013. Even when that matter was investigated, it was found out that he couldn't prove, there was no evidence to prove that case against Jonathan administration. But it was part of the things that culminated in Jonathan being voted out of power, because they had a lot of soft targets. When they are not talking about Diezani, they were talking about Jonathan's wife. When they are not talking about that, they were talking about Stella Odua. There were so many soft targets for them to hit. And eventually, Jonathan succumbed to their antics. And at the end of the day, Jonathan was booted out. Now, if you can criticize Jonathan administration, you can criticize Diezani's running of the oil sector, of the petroleum ministry. Okay? I don't see any reason that you cannot criticize Bola Ahmed Tinubu if something is going wrong in the oil sector, which he is the minister. Everybody can point out where he had gone wrong, and you point it out. And of course, the 14th Emir of Kano is a very strong voice in Nigeria. Anytime he says something, people listen, including the presidency. So if there are things that has gone wrong, he should be able to criticize it. Now, in that same summit, he called out the NNPC to account for the dollars. We say, where are the monies that are being generated? And it's also important that NNPC does that. But he should also be able to criticize the president, who the NNPC people report as the minister of Petroleum Resources, and also the president. He should be free to do that. And nobody should be hunted into prison or whatever because the person criticized Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who chose to be the petroleum minister instead of assigning that portfolio to another person. He has to be criticized. If he goes wrong, if anything goes wrong in the oil sector, it's even better that he is criticized so that he'll be able to call those he appointed to do the needful, to right the wrongs that were being pointed out. So Sanusi should spare us his excuses of not criticizing Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because if he does, they will accuse him of criticizing the president. But the president has to be criticized, not just in the petroleum sector, in all sector. In all sector, because right now Nigeria is in a comatose. Nothing is working in Nigeria. No sector is working under Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Is it the security sector? It's not working. Look at how many people are being held that are still being in the hands of the kidnappers. Students, university students, some of them have spent over 3 months there, 4 months. It's not working. You have to criticize him. You have to criticize him about the bombing that took place of innocent people in Kaduna State. He has to be held accountable. He is the president and commander-in-chief. You don't get that title for nothing. It is your responsibility to ensure security of lives and property. If there are mistakes in bombing of people, innocent people, he should be held accountable for it. He should be criticized so that he'll be able to appoint people who will not make those kind of silly mistakes. That's a fact. Look at the rate of the naira to the dollar today. He should be criticized for floating the naira in a nation that is import dependent, and the naira is gasping for bread. He should be criticized for that because there are other alternatives. He should be criticized for the large crowd that went to climate summit in Dubai. There are so much going wrong in this country that he should be criticized. So nobody should make excuses why he cannot be criticized. He can be criticized. Bola Ahmed Tinubu can be criticized because he was the one that asked for the job. He asked for the job, and INEC gave it to him. So he has to deliver. If he doesn't deliver, people have to call him out. But Sanusi should not be looking for a soft target like Diezani to criticize instead of Bola Tinubu, because Bola Tinubu is not going to provide for him that Diezani, because Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the Minister of Petroleum Resources, and that is the way it is. And he's not going to change it anytime soon. I can tell you that for free. Once something like this starts, it is difficult to roll it back. It is difficult to roll it back. Buhari did it. Tinubu is continuing with it. Even Obasanjo did it. So it's no longer anything new in Nigeria that the president is the Minister of Petroleum Resources. Only a democratic president like Goodluck Ebele Jonathan resisted that temptation to be the Minister of Petroleum Resources. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours. And please don't forget to click on the link down this video. If you want to change your phone, you want to buy a new phone for loved ones, any video, any link you click on under this video will take you to Jumia. And if you make any purchase through that link, Jumia is going to give you 40% off from the normal price. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.